You paying for Richie's podcast? Oh, I forgot there are kids here. Oh, man. That is going to make everything so hard.
I think that's just how I have to start the show.
And now, the Moving Screen Podcast with your host, standing in his 5'8" from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, Richie Owens.
I'm not around kids a lot. And I'm not around kids a lot. And I just forgot. And now, most of them are speaking Spanish, so they probably are bilingual.
Yeah.
But that means when they take the language I'm using home, their parents won't understand.
No. Correct.
The parents are going to be like, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
actually a pretty funny idea. Be like, fuck you, Mom. And they're just like, what? And Mom in Spanish is like, what is he saying?
Welcome to the Moving Screen Podcast. This is a movie podcast where we talk about movies while playing basketball. Or it's a basketball podcast where we play basketball and talk about movies.
You really got to figure that out.
Yeah, the jury's still out. Election's in November.
Oh, man. And it's so important to vote.
Yeah. Get in line now, stay in line.
If you're in line now, and it is late June, but stay in line, man.
Just stay in line.
Dude, there's so much to do while you're there.
There's so much on the ballot. It's probably like a cool little, I don't know, church. Where do you vote?
Mine is always at an elementary school, one of the few times where I'm around kids.
Okay. Sensing a theme today.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen a lot, is what I'm trying to communicate. I don't know, you know how you are allowed to bring your phone into the voting booth?
Yeah.
But it feels like you're cheating.
Yeah.
I do think for me,
cheating on a test.
Part of the reason that it always feels like cheating to me is that I'm in a school and there's like a librarian looking at me like.
Yeah, and when you finish the test, it affects all of human history.
Right. I was like, I'm just trying to get the Girl I Guess guide up on my phone.
Yeah. I mean, tonight is the debate.
Tonight? Wait, there's a debate tonight?
Yep. The first one.
Between
Donald Sleepy
Trump?
Joe Biden and our hero.
Sleepy Joe Dryden and Joe Dryden?
Joe Dryden.
That's his name, right?
Joe Dryden and Donald Trump.
Oh my God. Top tier humor, first of all. Yeah, I mean, I had no idea what was happening, but I better watch it so I can decide who to vote for.
Yeah. I would love if there was a third guy that no one knew.
I hope that I get swept away by a third party candidate tonight.
I want there to be a third party candidate on the stage that doesn't get asked any questions.
Okay, wait, this is going to sound really stupid, but has Donald Trump won the nomination?
Yeah.
I thought he literally had not yet.
No, I mean, it's a weird thing, because it doesn't happen.
You know what? I noticed it's weird because he was indicted for federal crime,
Yes.
and that's an unusual.
Yeah, that was Pete Holmes made it weird.
He made it so fucking weird, man.
What's up, weirdos? Tonight we got Donald Trump on the show.
I love the precedent that it's setting, though, where it's like, no, you can't. Where everyone's like, what happens when this happens? And like now it's like, okay.
Nope.
What happens
I guess
you just get to probably become president again.
I mean, Biden technically isn't even the official Democratic pick yet.
Yeah,
right?
That's why I'm so confused why it's happening.
Because the national conventions haven't happened.
Yeah, they happen in like 2 weeks or something.
So it's all very sure of themselves.
That feels like they're not supposed to, like, obviously we all know who the candidates are going to be, but it feels like they're not supposed to, like, let that. They're supposed to, like, pretend we're a democracy and be like, oh, it could be anybody.
But this year they're like, no, we're not fooling you guys. We made our choice. We made our choice, now you pretend to make yours.
I can't wait, dude. That's why I moved to Illinois, so I never have to vote for another Democrat again.
Yeah.
And look, if Trump becomes the first Republican to win Illinois since Ronald Reagan, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joey's bad, everybody.
I'll take full
I'm not voting for him either, but
I'll take full responsibility if Donald Trump wins Illinois. And here we go. Here we go. We can,
this is also a good time to introduce you. It's Joey Bednarski.
yeah, no. All the things I said, you can quote me on those. I hope I said good things. I don't really remember.
No, once the basketball goes in your hands, once the camera goes on, you black out.
Yeah.
Nothing you say is offensive or wrong.
Oh my God, finally. I've been talking about how we need a free speech podcast in this town for so long.
And let's get into it. Caitlin Clark is ugly as hell.
Dude, my favorite type of joke. Like, what a cool kind of new joke.
Yeah.
I've never heard men call a woman ugly before.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. They were breaking barriers.
That was good. That was a good. Well, let's just say I'm in a group chat with one of those guys, and I have not had the courage to bring that up.
I'm only in a group chat with someone who complained about it, so. And by someone, I mean everybody in the group
Yeah,
chat.
I mean, look, I'm not here to brag about who I'm in a group chat. Which mildly famous comedians I'm in a group chat, but he's the only one.
Yeah, is it a Wisconsin chat?
Yeah, it's all Madison boys. It truly is like.
Were you there with all of them?
Yeah, I was. Well, I don't think I started in Madison when. We're talking about comedian Jeffrey Asmus.
Yeah. Shout out.
I don't think I had started before he moved. I started in like 2017 there.
Uh-huh.
So I grew up watching Toller and Jeff.
Yeah, me too in a way.
Dude, those guys practically raised me. No, I saw like virgin Jeff Asmus.
Virgin Jeff Asmus?
Yeah, he was a virgin until he was like 23, and that's when he was doing comedy in Madison.
It's huge.
It's huge.
And now he's disparaging women. The virgin till 23, disparaging women on podcast pipeline.
I've met his lovely girlfriend. He's a very nice gentleman.
Yeah. I've never had a problem with him. I just thought that was a stupid little thing.
Yeah.
Joey, what's your athletic background?
Oh, finally we get into the real good stuff. I am not a naturally gifted athlete, I would say. I played growing up. Oh, dude, I'm not a naturally gifted athlete. Can you clip that? You'd be like, I'm not a naturally gifted athlete. Ciao. I played basketball and volleyball in middle school because those were the sports that my like tiny Catholic school offered.
Yeah.
And then high school, I played volleyball for 2 years. My junior year, I did not make varsity. And I guess JV just wasn't an option.
Weird.
I remember the coach being like, something that felt very bad at the time, but I've taken with me a long ways. You're pretty athletic for a guy with your build, is what he said after the tryouts. He offered me like a team manager position so I could still like hang out with the boys, and I was like, I'm not.
I did that.
Hey man, I don't need that.
I did that with the bowling team at my high school.
The bowling team? Were you not good enough to be on the bowling team?
No, but they're like, do you want to be the manager? And I was like, yeah.
Which is actually hilarious because like, I think if you ask me, like, do you want to manage a bowling team? I'm like, oh, so I just like drink at the alley with the guys?
I just hung out at the bowling alley, did my homework, got like to eat bowling alley food every day, got mozzarella sticks.
And this was through your high school? Your high school had a bowling team?
Yeah, but it's like, it sounds fancy.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, it's,
hold on, no, it doesn't.
Okay, good.
A bowling team does not sound fancy.
Some
it's
people
just
assume that the bowling alley was in our school.
No, I know you don't go to like fucking
no
that one school in Indiana this big.
So we would. I mean, it's a pretty common thing in Illinois, I think.
Yeah, you would think that it would have been a thing with me. Maybe there was like a bowling club, and I just wasn't aware of it.
Did you go to Catholic high school?
No. Went to a public high school, but it was in Milwaukee. So, where supposedly bowling's a big enough thing.
Yeah.
All through the Midwest, but you know.
Yeah, it is weird. It is a weird thing, but I got a picture of my uniform and everything.
Did you ever make the team?
No, I stopped after the freshman year. I knew I was never good enough.
Well, that's great. Wait, hold on. Never good enough. Because I feel like I'm good at bowling sometimes.
I mean, I would have needed like a 140 average at least.
140 is good.
Yeah.
How good were these goddamn kids?
Really good.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay. You went to some sort of a bowling prodigy school.
They won conference like every year
you
for
went
like
to
10
Lebowski
years.
High?
Yeah. Lebowski Nixon High School.
I'm gonna pull that down a little bit. Yeah, I essentially stopped playing any sort of sports after that point in my life. After being offered the team manager position and being like, I'm too good for this.
I will say, given your build, I'm surprised you didn't at least try shot putting.
There were a lot of sports where, like, I think they really. I have a distinct memory of walking into like freshman orientation, like the summer before I went from a tiny Catholic school to this huge public school, and then just being like, just like weird old dads being like, "You need to do football." And luckily, I was already like, no, I think I want to go for volleyball. My friends are doing volleyball, and it's a sport I actually know and care about.
And I won't get CTE.
Yeah, I'm very glad I didn't do it now.
My brain won't get hurt. At least not in the way people expect.
Yeah, but little did I know that my brain was already pretty bad.
All right, you wanna play a game to 10 and talk about the movie?
I guess if that's the premise of the podcast, it'd be weird if I said no.
Almost every episode has done it.
I can do it.
We'll play 10. 3s or 2s, 2s or 1s. Let's make it take it.
Great.
If I miss a shot, even if I airball it, just take it out past the 3-point line.
Okay.
Uh,
No need for the rim contact. Take it out.
yeah.
Get possession.
Yeah.
Understood, Mr. Ass. Want to check me in?
Yep. And we're going to talk about Singin In The Rain.
All right. One thing I'm terrible at is ball handling, and I don't suspect I'll get much better. Oh, okay.
What is he?
I don't suspect I'll get much better as I'm trying to talk about a movie.
When did you first see this movie?
It was like 2021.
Okay.
And I was such a big movie guy, which is to say I was depressed in the 2 years I went to college.
Sure.
Oh, that's good. I should just make all the shots
Yeah,
like
just
this.
make every shot.
That's a really good idea.
That's
I was
all.
actually making none of them in the
Nobody
warm-up.
does that.
Yeah, thank God. I have nothing to say about this fucking movie. I saw it 2 years ago. It was Christmas time, and there you go. It was Christmas time, and I had plans to visit my brother in Minneapolis, and then everybody got COVID, so I canceled.
Of course.
So I ended up having it was like Christmas Eve, and I was just home alone. Roommate's out of town. Made myself a hearty meal of like a Cornish game hen and some potatoes, and I put on a movie I'd never seen before, and I
was Singing in the Rain.
I was like, it was one of those I was so happy that I had kept it in the tank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you try to go through all the canonical movies for a while.
Yeah, you're like
when you're an insufferable nerd.
Yeah, I think that there is a perfect time to watch a movie.
Yeah.
Certain movies that just need the moment.
But it was one of those nice reminders that I'm like, oh, thank God, there are still classic movies I've never seen, and I could still take the time to learn the basketball. It's so distracting. But also, yeah, I chose it because you made me do a musical, and I do not like musicals.
I mean, technically, neither really do I. 2-1.
Why are you punishing yourself with these seasons then? Didn't you do biopics last time
I did.
too?
I don't like those either.
Yeah, those are bad. Musicals are not my thing. Biopics are mostly bad.
I guess it's been interesting to tell people this is the genre. What do you want to talk about? As opposed to here's a list of movies I want to talk about.
Okay.
Pick from, which is how the first 3 seasons went.
Okay, I see. So here's the genre, give people some leeway, and then you end up asking me to pick a musical. Just as a cruel joke.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the first time I saw this, I on mushrooms.
Oh, excellent. I didn't think to do that.
It was a good call. Although what's the guy's name? Is it Don O'Connor?
Donald O'Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still can't tell if it was I own this movie on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray.
Can I just say, congratulations.
Thank
man.
you.
That's so cool.
Thank
I'm
you.
really happy. Everyone said that you weren't gonna make it.
But
I just ran into a bunch of people on the way here, and they were like, "What are you doing?" I'm recording a thing with Richie, and they're like, "Oh, he's never gonna make it."
He's never gonna make it.
And
I did.
wait till they hear what I just heard.
Wait till they find out about Kino Lorber's half-off 4K Blu-ray sale.
Whoa! You guys got to learn about this. Sorry. Sorry, I decided to do a bit in the middle of your sentence. I decided to do a bit in the middle of your sentence that completely distracted me from talking about the movie. What about Donald O'Connor?
I just remember his skin being really, really orange.
There is there is a quality to like the coloring in this movie.
Yeah.
Gene Kelly looks like a goddamn psychopath.
He does.
Like, and that's actually more in his performance than anything else.
Yes.
But the big fucking plastic smile on his face. He
looks plastic.
He looks like he's really had a lot of work done, which
Yeah.
I'm sure at that point he had, right?
Probably.
But
This is the only Gene Kelly movie I've seen, I think.
I think may as well. May as well. Boy, you really got a couple of experts talking about like, this is the definitive discussion on Singin In The Rain. Both of these guys don't really know Gene Kelly.
One guy just is searching Singin In The Rain every day, has a Google alert set up, sees this, and he goes, finally.
Finally, a podcast. We're really going to talk about it.
And then we're like, is that what Gene Kelly usually looks like?
Gene,
Did you know that lady was Princess Leia's mom?
That lady, now that lady is Princess Leia's mom. I knew that going in. Hollywood royalty. But yeah, no, I get what you're talking about. Well, let me ask you this. When was the first time you ever saw the Make 'em Laugh number?
That was it.
Oh, was that? Yeah. It wasn't when Joseph Gordon-Levitt did it on SNL in the 2000s? Because it sure as hell was for me. He did it as his like host monologue.
That is so
And
strange.
I was like, well, that was bad. I don't understand what that was that he did. He just kind of sang a song. God damn, all right.
I did watch this movie, and then I watched Babylon, and then I watched...
Yeah, okay, we could talk about Babylon.
And then I watched this movie again partway through this morning with the commentary on, in which there are like 8 people who are on the commentary track. But it's
like a terrible podcast.
It's truly, it's Debbie Reynolds going like, and now, director Baz Luhrmann.
Baz Luhrmann gets to do a commentary on. I like that if your movie's like similar enough, you get to do a commentary.
And he talked, I mean, he was one of the people, and then it was Donald O'Connor and 2-2.
Hey, what's the score?
2-2.
Oh, okay. That sounds cool.
Yeah. Let me check it again.
Okay, check it again.
Yeah, it's Donald O'Connor, the other director who isn't Gene Kelly.
Yeah, you know, that's... What people need to understand about this podcast is I don't have like a phone or a computer in front of me.
I usually have a quarterback playbook on my wrist.
I like that, yeah. I wrote down things to talk about. One of which was to make sure to bring up the Joseph Gordon-Levitt monologue. That was about it, but yeah, no, I'm excited to also discuss Babylon because I know I promised I would never watch that film again, but it was on Paramount Plus.
And you watched it?
I made a liberal use of the fast forward button, and I ended up having a great time watching the movie. I was like, oh my god, wait, that was great. And then I looked at the time. I had fast forwarded through 90 minutes of the 3-hour movie.
But still,
Right.
There's something there.
I think I must have seen Babylon. Was that like 2022 that movie came out?
Yes.
So I would have seen Babylon like within 6 months of my first time seeing this movie.
Sure.
So like,
this was fresh in your mind.
it was very fresh in my mind.
Me having not seen it, I was like, nothing was making me think other than the part where they literally do Singin In The Rain.
Right. I mean, well, and Babylon I think has a obviously a much bigger scope than this movie,
Yeah.
but it is also twice as long. So like there is like it is like Babylon is like Singin In The Rain, and then there's also a kind of good movie attached to it. Kind of good.
I see. I think the more times it's watched, the better it gets.
I just couldn't stand the every scene between Margot Robbie and Manny. You forgot the actor's name. Every scene between them, I was like, I hate this. It makes me uncomfortable. Their relationship makes me feel bad.
I mean, my letterbox review for Babylon was me at the beginning of the movie, smiley face, I want to do coke and have sex with Margot Robbie. Me at the end of the movie, sad face, I want to do coke and have sex with Margot Robbie.
Yeah, it's an awfully pro-cocaine movie, that. And don't get me wrong, I feel like cocaine and all the sexual stuff that you see in Babylon is like, it's in the subtext of this movie. Of like, you know the scene where Debbie jumps out of the goddamn cake? And all the women are like dressed in cute little like, that's what it would have been. Yeah, that's what would have been happened. They all would have been naked at this Hollywood party.
Yeah.
This would have been like a debauched scene, but they still would have been singing the same song. All I do is feel you.
Yeah, that is, I mean.
But that's also how I tend to view older movies all the time, is that like, yeah, there's no sex, no one's like actually doing anything crazy in here, but
Sure you do too.
I assume it's,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, subtext
implied.
is obviously they fuck in this moment.
I mean, yeah, the
I do that a lot, and I think it makes old movies better. It's because in my head I'm like, well, they fuck, and they just couldn't show it.
Well, that's definitely like the big like, what's the song called? Like you were made for me or something.
Yeah, the big. Oh yeah, you think that's essentially a sex scene?
Yeah.
I get that.
That's like.
The kids have left. That's why we're yelling.
I mean, in Talladega Nights, we call that one scene where 3 to 3, where Carrie dances with Ricky, Amy Adams' sex dance.
Yeah, it's like a dream ballet.
Because we were like, oh, this is them having sex.
Right. I guess that scene, which is, I mean, it's the whole movie is kind of made up of like, it's almost like a sketch movie.
It is. It's really strange.
They really
because the best part of the movie, arguably, is just him going, and I have an idea for another movie.
You like the Broadway.
Yeah,
melody.
I mean, I just think that number
it's a really great sequence.
It's really shot well. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's like a whole great little movie, but it doesn't make any sense.
Right. I mean, and compare that definitely is the best of the like, we're breaking reality to do this musical number, because I think the one on the soundstage that we've been talking about, which is a sex scene, I think that one is like. That one is fine, but it's also like, you look into the production of the movie, that one was like, we need another number here. And it's like, oh yeah, of course. They're just like, I don't know. And it was originally supposed to be like, he takes her through all of these sets. It was supposed to be more than just an empty soundstage.
Oh, yeah.
It was supposed to be like, oh, now we're on the cowboy set, and now we're on the fucking science fiction one. It's like, damn, all right. Go off, King.
5-2.
5-3, sir.
5-3.
I think so, right?
Okay, I'll take it. I believe it. Yeah, I mean.
But you know, the Broadway melody one literally ends with the guy being like, it's such a long piece. It's probably like
it is
7 or 8 minutes long, maybe
it's
more.
longer than anything else. I mean, maybe Make 'Em Laugh is.
I don't think Make 'Em Laugh is much longer than like 3 or 4 minutes.
But I guess that one just feels long because it's just the one guy. And I love it.
I mean, it's really good. That is like one of those like, oh, this performance is genuinely so fucking like chaotic. With a character who like, you gotta love a character where it's like, this guy has zero arc. This guy, nothing happens to him. He's pure comic relief.
He's just there to be the friend.
Yeah.
It literally, I love that it starts like with like the press conference and everyone's cheering when people walk in and then they're like, it's him! And everyone just sort of sits there quietly.
Yeah. He's funny. He's funny in this movie, and apparently he was a heavy smoker, and he did that fucking Make 'Em Laugh thing.
6-3. Yeah, he did make it laugh. Make 'Em Laugh, and then they like didn't check the aperture on the camera, so he had to redo it.
It makes me tired.
He literally went to the hospital because of exhaustion after the first take.
It makes me tired to watch it.
It's exhausting. Like, I think what really did him in was the backflips.
No, right, hey. The running around on a circle on the ground, that'll tire you out. But the backflips, that's where they get you.
Yep.
The backflips are where...
He was, like, Gene Kelly was like, can you do that? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, can you do it sort of twice and then a third time just go through the wall? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Sure, totally, man. It definitely felt like a set where it's just like you're being asked to do a lot and you don't want to say no.
Right. Like what happens when you say no to Gene Kelly in 1950 or whatever?
Probably nothing good.
I know that Gene Kelly made Debbie Reynolds cry a bunch. She didn't know how to dance. She'd never had proper dance lessons. So he was like, I'll teach you. And then he whiplashed her, basically.
Right. Oh, I can't imagine. To go from like not being able to dance to this is kind of a... Because this movie... So I was hanging up posters during this movie. I was doing a lot of nailing and wall art, and I just put the movie on because I needed a refresher for it, right?
6 of 4, and the Metro goes by! The Metro is one of our big sponsors. We love going to the suburbs and back.
Which one? Where's that one heading out to, huh?
That one's heading north somewhere. Because it shares a line with the Amtrak Midwest that goes up to Milwaukee.
Oh, wait, no, it doesn't. Really?
Mm-hmm.
The Hiawatha. I take that one all the time.
Yeah, you go right by.
Oh my God. I'll keep an eye out next time I zoom past Mozart. Sorry, wait, did I just give out your assassination coordinates?
No, it's okay. I think I was recording and basically announcing where I was recording this during a time where I went viral and a bunch of right-wing people with anime avatars threatened to kill me.
Was that the lemonade thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that
they
was fun.
really hated it.
They didn't like that.
I made a joke about going to the Taylor Swift concert like the next day, and the guy was like, "That's so funny. Where else are you going to be specifically?"
Jesus Christ. Jesus. Oh man, that's got to be a fun way to live your life.
I thought it was like funny. I'm also like, okay, now. Like I told my brother, I was like, "Do not tell Dad I went viral."
Please. I mean, your parents finding out you went viral is the worst thing that could ever happen to you.
I was hoping to get asked onto Fox News.
I don't think they do that for like. I mean, look.
I think if they would have done it to
honest, I thought the post was very funny. It could be construed as bait. What you posted.
Oh, 100%.
Ooh.
And I was really hoping they would take it.
Well. Look what's happened. Anyways, Singing in the fucking Rain. I don't know. It's a good movie.
I do think about this one quote. This is a quote I'd heard before I saw this movie. But someone at a press conference asked Tom Cruise why he does his own stunts. And Tom Cruise replied, "Would you ask Gene Kelly why he dances?"
A good response to anything, really.
I already love the guy. That just makes me love him more.
Yeah, I like his religious views and his actions, especially.
I mean, I forgive him.
It's so funny to forgive someone who's still actively doing the things that are bad. Like, yeah, but you see Top Gun Maverick? It's so good.
It's really good. He's making Glenn Powell a star kind of single-handedly. Yeah, I mean, Margot Robbie's whole arc in Babylon is basically exactly his girlfriend in this movie. 6 to 5.
Well, I even like, I didn't even pick up on it at the time, but she even has the same
like
name.
Oh, is that true?
Nellie Leroy and Lena Lamont are their names,
Okay.
which is so nuts. Like not even something I picked up on because the first time I saw Babylon, I didn't know they were going to do. This is a movie about the transition to sound.
Yeah.
But that is literally exactly what happens.
Uh-huh.
And then look, and I think a lot of the stuff that is good in Babylon is heavily based on the stuff that's good in Singing in the Rain. The scene where Margot Robbie is filming with sound for the first time, and it's just a shit show, and everyone is like yelling at each other.
It's so good.
It's the only accurate representation of filmmaking I've ever seen. And there's
I
so
know.
many movies about movies and how magical they are.
Uh-huh.
Babylon is the only one where, when it comes down to it, the actual filming process is annoying and boring, and you have to do the same shit over. It's like, I literally was like, this is why I don't like to act. Is seeing what Margot Robbie has to go through there. They're like, okay, do it again, and it's fucking hot,
Yeah,
and
she's
everyone
sweating.
is yelling.
They can't. Well, especially they can't have the air on because of the mics, and I think it definitely takes what they do in Singing in the Rain and adds to it. 6'6", I think.
Sixes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, to me, Babylon is Singing in the Rain meets Boogie Nights.
Yeah, there's very Boogie Nights. I don't know. I was way warmer on the Tugboat McGuire scene the first time I saw it. And then on this rewatch, I did skip through the, not the first part where he's doing a lot of talking, but the second part where they descend into hell. And it's just like a freak show, and it feels, even though it's being looked at with the modern lens, still feels pretty weird, to be honest.
Yeah. It is weird. I want to know what, if any part of that comes from, like, truth.
I have to imagine. I mean, I really just think, like, during these times, it was like this. It was as debauched as we can be, right? I'm going in.
See ya, Joey.
This is Joey. I'm so lost and scared. All right. Check me in.
You're back. I was kind of hoping for a Twin Peaks season 3 thing where you just sort of get sucked into the zone.
Dude, I'll show you the fucking zone. Okay. That would have been great if I made it, but also my breaking to readjust this.
Yeah, I'm like, next season's all Holocaust movies.
What?
No.
I'm the Showa guy. You're kidding me?
Welcome to the zone of interest.
I'm gonna make you. When you do the Holocaust season, I'm gonna make you watch Showa because it's the only important movie ever made. It's the movie that justifies the existence of film, and I watched it the second I was let go after the pandemic started.
You're like, I can go outside, or
No. It was like March of 2020.
Oh, okay.
I lost my job because the restaurant closed down.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, there's this horrible pandemic happening. I'm not able to work. I'm not able to do comedy. I finally have time to watch Showa.
Yeah, maybe I'll go home and watch Showa.
I watched Showa. It took me like 2 viewings.
God damn.
Maybe like 3 days. I don't remember, but
How long is it?
9.5 hours.
Oh, shit.
And it's all on YouTube too. Hey, check it out, guys. This is a fun rec from a funny comedian. Check out Showa. It'll change your life and the way you look at things.
Did you actually like it?
Yes, I think it's absolutely an essential movie that I 100% recommend. But it's also, it's 9.5 hours long, and it's like about the Holocaust. It's super slow. There's a lot of like trains just kind of like running. It literally is just like, it might be the most autistic movie about the Holocaust ever made because it's mostly interested in how the trains were running. But it is so focused in on logistics, and then you interview these guys who are like, this guy's job is like special trains operations manager for Poland from 1942 to 1945. And then they're literally asking him point blank, like, so what? How are the trains being loaded? He was like, "Oh, that had nothing to do with me." It's like a guy whose job title was
Southern
like,
American accent.
I don't know nothing about that.
Sorry, brother.
Hell no, man. I was doing different special train operations that had nothing to do with the camps.
Yeah, them concentration camps were no good.
I heard about them concentration camps. I said that dog won't hunt.
It doesn't sound like no camp I want to go to. I'll say that much.
Anyway, goddamn Singing in the Rain. We got what do we got? What do we got about this film? Oh, we can talk about Babylon.
I like this whole movie. I like the Debbie Reynolds arc.
The
It's really sweet. 7 to 6.
They do actually have pretty good chemistry, despite, like, I think the magic trick of this movie is that Gene Kelly is so good at dancing that you can forgive how completely unhuman he looks.
And Debbie Reynolds is 19 in this movie.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Well,
they never mention it. You never really think about it.
well, during the one song in this movie that I think, and I'm not saying I love the songs in this because
Yeah.
there's kind of a genericness to everything, all of the music to it.
Sure.
I mean, it literally is.
7 to 7.
It literally, like, they chose Singin' in the Rain as the titular track just by, like, looking through the MGM back catalog.
I know they had the songs and then they wrote the scripts.
Right.
That's true.
Okay.
8 to 7.
You hustling me?
8 to 7. Yeah, they like literally wrote backwards, and I guess we're like, can we stop writing this? It's too hard.
Well, so the one song, I brought that up because the one song that I think is like a true dud is "Beautiful Girl," which it doesn't even like exist.
No, that shouldn't exist in the movie. It doesn't.
It doesn't exist. I mean, as many of these songs just kind of take place in like magical musical land.
Yeah.
That song is a literal thing that happens in the movie that does not need to happen. Like, it's just like, hey, what if there was a shitty musical where they make it really clear that 16 is an age of consent for us?
Yeah, it just does not fit in. What does it even serve? Just like they're on the set when watching it happen?
I feel like it literally was to show off those outfits.
I think that's.
The outfits, it's like a big part of that song. It's probably the only part I actually enjoy.
And it might have been them like just showing a musical being filmed, like in the movie universe, right?
Yeah, that's the idea of it. It's just like it's so unnecessary.
Yeah.
And you have people like talking while the cameras are rolling, and it's like I learned in Babylon that was a big no-no.
And I will learn later on in this movie that that's a big no-no.
Right. I gotta talk about her. I gotta talk about Lena Lamont.
Yeah.
Fucking justice.
She's great.
She's amazing. If Lena Lamont was alive today, she would have the most dedicated homosexual fan base. She was a fucking icon. She's Lady Gaga.
Is that the actress's name?
No,
The character.
The character's name.
Yeah. I mean, she would absolutely have a podcast.
She'd be huge. Are you fucking kidding me? She's Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah, 100%.
There'd be so many like lip sync impressions of her.
I guess.
I can't stand.
I guess that when I was about to call her Carrie Fisher, when Carrie Fisher's mom.
And that's how we recognize it.
Yeah. Carrie Fisher's mom, Debbie Reynolds, like does a bit where she overdubs Lena Lamont.
Yeah.
And in actuality, her overdubbing is
they're overdubbing her.
Yeah, they overdub her, and it's actually Lena Lamont's real voice.
That's actually genius. That's kind of insane. But like I think the thing that I dislike the most about the movie, and it doesn't make me hate the movie at all, is the fact that Lena ends up being the villain of she becomes the antagonist, and it's like at the very end, she's always like annoying. She's always an impediment.
Yeah.
But it's just like there's so few movies. This is the only version of this movie where RF, the studio executive, is not the bad guy.
Right.
I feel like the first time I watched it, every time he was on screen, I was like,
here comes
here
the
he
turn.
comes. He's going to drop it.
This is the bad guy.
He's got to be the bad guy. He's the studio executive. But no, everybody loves this guy.
I mean, that is definitely the era of like, bosses are good. They give you money.
Right. Why wouldn't I love my boss? I'm not going to go on strike like a filthy union pig.
9 to 8.
Oh, damn.
I think.
Do you have 9 or do I have 9?
You have 9.
Oh, all right. Let's settle this. Let's you and me, Owens.
I just didn't tackle you. Hey, great shot taker.
Not a ball handler. Not very good at it. Always try to pass it whenever we're playing.
Yeah, people think of it as selfishness. It's 9-9.
All right, it's 9-9. And this decides which movie's better, Babylon or Singin' in the Rain.
Yeah. For the Babylon! Which movie is going to be better? The one I love or the one I also pretty much love?
Do you like Babylon a lot because it reminds you of your favorite satirical newspaper? The Babylon Bee?
Yeah. Yes. You know, I never put that together. I will say I saw Babylon Music Box sneak preview.
Yeah, I regret not seeing
audience.
that because I saw it like alone by myself at a matinee.
Yeah, it's I mean, it was packed. Everybody was like losing their minds.
Did they like because like right away they start with the elephant shit, and I right away was like, this might be not my movie. Which is crazy to see that, like an elephant shitting on a guy and be like, not for me. But I was like, that wasn't funny the way they did that.
No. It was,
do you know what I mean?
It was, yeah.
I think that's like a bad start.
I think when that happened, I was like, oh no, what is this? But it does just sort of set up like, this movie's chaotic.
Yeah, the party at the beginning is good. It's also 35 minutes of the runtime or something.
One time I was on mushrooms out dancing at Smart Bar, and I like thought I was tripping.
Stories of you doing mushrooms.
I love mushrooms. I was like, am I tripping really hard? But I wasn't. The DJ was playing the Babylon song.
Oh yeah, that would freak me out.
And then there was also for like the NBA Finals this year, they used the Babylon song.
Okay, I mean, I feel like the issue. I think Babylon has other issues, but the Singin' in the Rain comparison gets worse when you actually play Singin' in the Rain as its climax. I think it suffers a similar issue to Furiosa, which is a movie I like perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But then at the end, they play Fury Road. It's like, you gotta stop playing a better movie in the end credits of your movie. All right.
That's it.
Congratulations to Babylon for winning Best Picture on the Moving Screen podcast.
Babylon wins.
Babylon wins! Babylon's holding up a newspaper that says
Singin' in the Rain
Singin' in the Rain defeats Babylon.
Maybe I'll edit that in. All right, we're going to play a horse.
We gotta play horse.
But instead of playing horse, we're going to play Sing.
My favorite animated movie of the last 10 years.
I wonder if they've seen Singin' in the Rain. You know how horse works. I take a shot, you have to replicate it. If I make it, if I don't make it, you can shoot whatever you want. And I'm just going to shoot from right there and miss it.
All right, excellent, pretty good. All right, I'm going to do a trick shot.
Starting it off trick style.
Yeah. Why waste
A little
time?
bag of tricks.
Yeah, let me pull up my bag of tricks. So for this trick shot, you have to give the other person a trading card from the Harry and the Hendersons Topps collection.
Oh, shit.
First. So here is George's dad, and then you go for the layup. Damn it. Now you just have that. Fuck.
Yeah. Now you don't get to get one of those that you already have.
Right, yeah, well, you would have had to give it back to me if I did
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Now you keep George's
Now I keep
dad,
it.
and your collection grows bigger.
I'm just going to throw this one grandma style.
All right, I'm going to go behind the back.
Honestly, very close.
Yeah, it felt close. It felt good for a second.
We're gonna do some dream casting.
Okay.
This movie, they go, we're rebooting it today.
Terrible. Terrible.
We're rebooting it today.
Already awful. I can already tell how bad everything is going to be filmed.
You never know. It could be like a Spielberg thing. You can also pick who directs it.
Yeah, I guess Spielberg. I don't know. It seems like maybe don't touch this one, but
It does. But who's starring?
There we go. There we go. I don't know. Is there a Gene Kelly? I like the issue with all modern musicals is that I can't tell if anyone can dance,
Right.
Because they keep doing close-ups.
It does feel S.
I'm gonna win it back for you, Gene.
It feels like the go-to answer for like any musical today is Ryan Gosling. There's only so many times you can go to that well.
I don't think Gosling is that good.
I mean,
When it comes to like singing and dancing, I don't see it
no,
being...
for sure. But who's doing it better?
Sure, Gosling has the same kind of plasticky qualities as Gene Kelly. I'll give him that.
I'm going to spin around and spin the ball and catch it and then shoot it.
Okay.
Yeah!
Fuck.
Yeah!
Okay.
They should. I really wish that I could be an NBA player just so they could mic me up so they could hear me make a three-pointer and go,
I throw it in the air, spin it, catch it, shoot it.
You sort of spin it, spin the ball, spin yourself.
Like spin it like that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, and maybe I'm crazy. I think I am.
You're nuts.
I think I'm nuts.
You're fucking nuts, man.
I think I'm nuts for
You're
saying
nuts.
this. I'm nuts for suggesting this. Tom Cruise.
No, that's actually a terrible idea. Tom Cruise was in Rock of Ages. He can pretend to sing, right? And now nobody likes that movie at all.
I really love in the beginning of Singin' in the Rain where they're like, where he's talking about his the history of how he started in the entertainment industry.
I think that's a really solid opening.
Yeah, I think the opening is beautiful,
Yeah.
and I think that it's like very Tom Cruise-esque.
There's also hey, Metro coming home.
Hello, commuters.
Oh my God! Everyone's holding up signs that say "We love moving screen."
Ah, man, I love my fans. I get 20 listeners, and they're all on that train.
Well, they pipe it in. They pipe it into the quiet cars.
Yeah,
you
I was
actually
gonna
can't
say
sleep on
the
those
quiet
things.
car is the Richie car. Bounce.
Oh, thank God.
All
right, we're gonna pay homage to my volleyball. We're gonna set
set
it
it?
in. We're gonna set it in.
Ooh.
Damn it.
Yeah, I mean it starts out like the beginning was like him just doing stunts that no one else wanted to do, which is also like they literally use that exact the bar set in Babylon, like
Oh yeah.
like that exact one.
I can't believe I watched these movies in such quick succession and did not pick up on that. But I'll admit, so I watched this movie maybe a couple months ago, which is why I picked it when you asked me for a musical.
Yeah.
So the time I watched this morning, well, we did bump and set.
Yeah, you got a psych.
We got a spike. No. That was more of a serve, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't recommend doing it because
it hurts a little
the
bit.
ball is a lot harder than a volleyball. But I watched it this morning and I was preoccupied and I was like, that's fine. Like I know it's like visual splendor or whatever, but it's a musical. And I realized one of the reasons I like this more than other musicals, there's not a lot of singing in it.
No, there isn't.
The singing is really where musicals lose me because I love the dancing. Dancing is great.
Have you seen the Red Shoes?
I've never seen Red Shoes.
You, I think, would love it. It's just, I don't think there's any It's all ballet numbers.
Perfect.
Um,
Which is like what's missing
Great
from a
film.
modern musical is that it's so like close up and cut that it feels like very little dancing.
yeah, and people love that scene with the Kens from Barbie.
Oh yeah.
And there's some wide shots of that, but it just really didn't do it for me.
Yeah. Well, you have a lot of thoughts about Barbie and Greta Gerwig, as I recall.
About Greta Gerwig, I hate her.
All right.
Ooh.
Thank God the game keeps going. We can play to Sin if you want.
Grandma 3. Ugh. I'll stick by Tom Cruise being
Directly underneath. Okay. No thanks.
I like I'm gonna throw it up through the net. Okay.
Okay, that doesn't count, right?
No.
You're not counting that because he went up the first time?
No, I was hoping for it to come down.
Yeah, I figured.
Or at least come down into my hands and then I could shoot it. But
We're going to go 3, but like
from behind the net.
3 from behind.
Yeah.
Hit the rim.
Hit the rim.
Okay.
Did I make it? I made it.
Okay. So it's kind of you're kind of shooting forward, but
Yeah. It just
tilting
let
it back.
fall behind. See.
See.
Yeah, who would be a good Debbie Reynolds for today?
I think the charm of Debbie Reynolds. I mean, I know you're talking about her being 19. It's crazy that she's 19.
Yeah.
But it is completely appropriate for her to be 19 in this role.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think we need a Euphoria kid.
Yep.
You gotta get a Euphoria kid in
Yep.
there.
Give me Alexa Demi.
I feel bad about that one. That one really did not go towards the hoop. It really just kind of ran away from me.
All right, I have a shot that I try every fucking time. I've made it one time exactly. It's going back here. Fuck.
Okay. Well, obviously we gotta make them laugh.
You gotta make them laugh.
We gotta make them laugh.
So, Matt Rife.
Here we go. Matt Rife as Cosmo. Pretty good. His first okay, but what if Matt Rife did a musical comedy and just fucking blew your socks off? What if he did make him laugh and you're
It does sort of feel like Simon Rex coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no, this guy is.
I love Red Rocket.
Yeah,
so good.
I was like, I can't believe I want this guy to win an Oscar.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that was the best performance we've ever gotten. Thank God you didn't make
My
that. That was
knees
gibberish.
really did not want me
That
to
was
do that.
gibberish.
It sure was.
We're doing it over the head.
Yeah.
Whew.
Oh yeah. I really like. I want to know how he does his nose being broken, and make him laugh.
Oh yeah, the facial contortions in that. That's the thing. I think that performance alone is that's a 5-star movie.
That's something I wish that someone would do it live at the Tonys. Or live on Saturday night.
I was like, well, I should watch the Joseph Gordon-Levitt thing so I know it's okay to make. Because what if I watch it again and I'm like, oh no, he's really good at this. I remember watching it as a kid and being like, this guy fucking blows, dude. This guy will never make Don John. I said at
Premium Rush, he's done.
All right. I don't know what I was doing there.
Okay. From this weird yellow spot. This rim. Hey! That's fun.
Well, that's a fun one. Gotta scoop it in a little bit.
Sea. Sea to shining sea.
Ooh, that jump truly hurt me. I played volleyball very hard the other day, actually.
Yeah.
And I did the first game of my beach league,
When
and I was like, "Dad's ready, we got this!" And then I woke up the next morning like, I
I
can't.
can't play
I actually
anymore.
need to not be a serious player. That hurt so much.
In high school, I remember saying to like my best friend, I was like, I don't want to try out for volleyball. Do you have any interest in that? And he was like, no. And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, that was a stupid idea.
That's your issue with that.
and then I'm not kidding. He tried out for volleyball and played all 4 years.
He just didn't want you to steal his fucking thunder,
I
man.
guess so.
Okay. That's what we're calling a regular shot, huh?
Yeah.
From what, the
Normal ass from the crack.
normal ass from the crack. Hey, and if your ass doesn't have a crack, it's not normal.
Go to the doctor. That actually is sin. I am. I'm gonna announce it now. I'm rebooting Kyle XY, but this time he has no ass crack.
I was obsessed with Kyle XY for like what my friend and I kept sending like clips of the show to each other because we were just like, what was the premise of the show? He had no belly button, and all the marketing was like, what if a boy didn't have a belly button?
Yeah, I think they were trying to say he was an alien.
He is
but-
an alien.
but
Well,
that never really came across clear in the advertising, which was just a shirtless man with no belly button.
well, we watched the very last episode, or the very last like 10 minutes of Kyle XY because it ends on a cliffhanger and does not get picked up for another season. So it truly is like another guy's fighting him, and then you see that he doesn't have a belly button. He's like, okay, brother. And that's how Kyle XY ends.
Yeah.
So if you're
He
looking
goes,
for
I'm Kyle A B.
if you're looking for a sad, it's like a Sopranos ending, basically.
Yeah, just a small town girl. That's the song that plays, right?
I understand.
I've not seen the end of Sopranos.
It's not the part of the song I think of when I think of like screen cutting to black, but that is in the song. All right, I want to do a granny shot.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good about a granny shot right now. The movie's 70 years old. It's time for a granny shot.
Yep.
Damn it.
I've like never really talked to my mom about movies or what movies she liked growing up, but multiple times growing up did she sing "Good Morning, Good Morning."
Yeah, I think that song has pervaded a little bit.
Yeah.
That and "Singin In The Rain" are like the songs that you would maybe know
Yes.
from outside of this.
I knew "Singin In The Rain," I think mostly from The Simpsons,
Yeah.
where
Willie sings
Willie's
in
singing
Acid
it
Rain.
and it's acid and he
Yeah.
starts screaming.
Yeah, I remembered also from Robots. Robin Williams is singing in Oil. Remember Robots? Richie, remember Robots?
Oh my God! Everybody on every episode of the show has brought up robots.
Hey, it's just a cultural touchstone. It would be so funny if it wasn't like, people keep bringing up Shrek, and Shrek has become a thing. I would love if Robots suddenly got that.
I don't know if you knew this, but before Chris Farley died, he was the voice of robots.
Of all of them. It was supposed to be him doing every voice, Anomalisa style. But I do like when you watch the movie and you realize "Good Morning" is actually like, oh, it's "Good Morning" because they fucking
stayed up
coked up
yeah.
all night and then came up with that. They're just like, what are we doing a fucking musical, man?
Yeah. You sing instead of she.
No. Even the part where Cosmo like, okay, I guess that's it, huh?
You have to. It's like you sort of.
Was the whole that was all part of it? That can't all have been a part of it.
Yeah.
We're not even gonna capture that on video. I guarantee you that I looked away while you were doing whatever the fuck this was. Well, fuck.
Sing.
Sing.
You're singing.
God damn it.
Right? We're just getting to the fun stuff about them doing coke. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, like, it's 3 a.m. Or did I say it's 1 a.m.?
I think they say it's morning. Like I assume that it truly is like 4:30. Like
yeah.
the sun is coming up.
Can you believe that? And in reality, like,
Although I
can
guess.
Can you believe that?
Because that's immediately followed by Singin In The Rain. So, like,
right. Yeah.
so
yeah,
I guess it is still nighttime. I don't know. Look, I'm not here to poke holes in this. But.
Okay, last part of the show is that you give a little review of the movie, and then while leading up to your review out of 5 puddles of rain. Okay.
You still call it rain, and that's interesting. You
puddles.
still call it rain when it's on the ground. I see. You never at any point call it a lake or anything different. Not a okay.
No, I'm like, this is rain. I point at Lake Michigan, and they're like, no, dude, this is rain puddle.
Final thoughts on the movie.
So, and then while leading up to your score out of 5 puddles of rain, try to slam dunk. And I'll go first. Okay. I think that this is a really great movie to watch on mushrooms. I think that it doesn't hit as hard when you're not on them, but I still think it's really good.
You can't say that. That's life. You can't be like, oh yeah, you know what? I actually found it a little bit more pleasurable on mushrooms. If you can believe it.
The colors are just better when you're on drugs. But it's fun. Carrie Fisher's mom is good in it. Cary Grant is good in it. Do you think that's why she was named Carrie?
What?
You think Carrie Fisher was named Carrie after Cary Grant?
I don't. And I don't know why you brought up Cary Grant.
Me either. Who's the guy's name in this movie? Samtrack. Who's the dancer in this movie?
Please, no autographs. No autographs.
Who's the main guy in this movie?
Gene Kelly. The
Gene
guy we've
Kelly.
been talking about for the last hour?
Yes. Yeah, my brain's about. It might as well be Cary Grant. Anyway, I think this movie's great. I give it 5 puddles of rain.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, movie's pretty classic. It's one of the only musicals I like, even though I don't like musicals because of my impeccable. I don't like musicals because I'm not gay. But still, this is one of the best movies I've ever fucking seen. It's so fun. I love putting it on. It's cool to have on in the background. And Gene Kelly's a creep and a weirdo, but he makes it work. And Debbie Reynolds is amazing. And we're giving it all 5 puddles of rain.
Whoa. That was the most intense dunk that we've ever had.
Yeah, the headband almost came off.
Thanks for doing the show, Joey. Is there anything you want to promote?
There's a show called Crushes. It happens every goddamn Sunday at a live one in Chicago, Illinois. Except not this Sunday because we're going to see the Rolling Stones.
Just you and Chrissy?
Me and Chrissy are seeing the Rolling Stones, so there's no Crushes this week. There's only 2 producers, and sometimes those producers get tickets to see the Stones.
Maybe I'll just go to a live one and do a show.
You might. You know what? I don't know. I've been assured that it's fine, but I don't know if they're going to be mad at us for not having a show that week.
I feel like it would be pretty funny if I just booked the whole Crushes, not talking to you guys, posted the art and everything.
Hey man, if you want to make the fucking art, that's the whole. But yeah, come to Crushes.
Great show. One of the 3 shows that will book me in this town.
Yeah. And I'm pushing hard against it. But.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know. Yeah, thanks for doing the show. I'm Richie Owens and everything. I have a rock and roll album out.
That's true.
Somewhere Else to Be. It's wherever you find music. You can buy a cassette tape. They're like half sold out of those. I'm very proud of it. It's good. And patreon.com/spinning screen, $5. You can watch us do this.
You gotta see what we did. You gotta see it in real life.
And I end every episode by saying, till next time, I'll see you on the court.